Welcome to the SKNIS Week in Review. In this edition, we recap significant activities of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis over the past week. Coming up, Dr. Marcus Natter is the new Cabinet Secretary. Magistrate Court now in session at new location. Taxi and tour operators challenged to embrace innovations. And CPL action bowls off at Warner Park. Those stories and more are next on this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review for the period August 19 to 25, 2022. Hello and welcome. Dr. Marcus Natter is the new Cabinet Secretary to the federal government of St. Kitts and Nevis. Dr. Natter was sworn in on Monday at the Cabinet Room at government headquarters.
I, Marcus Llewellyn Natter,
Do swear
that
I will not,
on any account,
at any time whatsoever,
disclose any counsel,
advice, opinion,
or
or vote given by any minister as a member of the cabinet, and that I will not, except with the authority of the cabinet, and to such extent as may be required for the proper conduct of the government of St. Christopher Nevis, directly or indirectly reveal the business or proceedings of the cabinet, or any matter coming to my knowledge, as secretary to the cabinet. So help me God.
The brief swearing-in ceremony was witnessed by the Cabinet of Ministers led by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew and several specially invited guests. Dr. Natter has 13 years of experience in the civil service, working at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, the Ministry of Sustainable Development, and St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards. During his tenure, he has led legislation reviews, prepared policy papers for cabinet approval, and implemented reforms to comply with international standards and treaties. In related news, the following decisions were made by the federal cabinet this week. The cabinet approved 2 back-to-school VAT discounted rate days. The stipulated dates were Friday 26 and Saturday 27 of August 2022. The cabinet reiterated its decision that the Basta High School will be renovated and reconstructed on the original historic site at Victoria Road. The cabinet also approved several submissions, including the exemption of tuition costs for students attending the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, starting from the academic year 2022 to 2023 and going forward. Taxi and tour operators and other tourism sector stakeholders were challenged to be even more innovative in their approach and marketing efforts to ensure that St. Kitts and Nevis' tourism product remains competitive in an ever-growing marketplace. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Marsha Henderson, issued the challenge on Wednesday during a meeting with the aforementioned parties.
I just wanted to begin by commending you all for your resilience over the past 2 years. However, today I want to implore that we look towards the future. Innovation definitely is the key to refreshing our tourism product. We must be willing and ready to identify new products and to rebrand and repackage existing ones to make them more appealing and to keep our destination competitive and fresh. Our government will be working with you to improve our marketing efforts to grow your businesses, but we will be working with you as well, and we want to encourage you to continue to partner with us.
The meeting was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Two of the three District A Magistrates Court in St. Kitts are currently operating from the Glen Cove building at Fortlands. Operations began at the new location on Monday. Senior Magistrate His Honor Reynald Benjamin said that the new home for the courts was well needed and will greatly assist the dispensation of justice in a timely manner. Meanwhile, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, said that he was pleased with the setup, especially the provisions made for parties to check in and wait in a covered, cool seating area with bathroom facilities until their matters are called by way of a telecom system. He said, quote, "It's a modern complex comfortable for the magistrates, the staff, lawyers, and the clients, a contemporary and considerate way of facilitating the administration of justice," end quote. The Honorable Samuel Duggins has pledged to bring transformative change to ministries under his purview as he greeted staff in the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Small Business and Entrepreneurship, and Sports and the Creative Economy. After the engagement on Tuesday, the minister said that he was eager to get to work.
I went to the Department of Agriculture, had a wonderful tour there. I also went to the Department of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and again, very insightful tour, and had a chance to meet with the staff, and I'm quite eager to begin working. The cooperatives department, we were able to have a quick tour there as well. Now this afternoon, we continue the touring, and we have been touring the Ministry of Sports and the Creative Economy, which is one ministry now, with the whole idea of placing a special focus on the creative economy, including sports. Now, this is fundamental because we do believe that this area possesses great potential for our economic development going forward, because we know our youth are very creative, innovative, and we believe if we put the right resources in the right places, we can see our young people reaching to heights never before seen in this country.
Safety first for all work crews and the public is the priority for officials at the Cable Limited and the St. Kitts Electricity Corporation Limited after a disaster. Colin Brown, SKNIS Control Operation and Protection Manager, appeared on Working For You on Wednesday ahead of the start of the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. The peak is usually in September. Mr. Brown said that in the event of damage from natural or man-made disasters, crews will work assiduously to restore power, but can only do so in a safe environment.
We all know we would like, us at SKNIS as well as the customers, would like to restore electricity as quickly as possible, but safety is the primary aim. The secondary aim is to get electricity back on. And in doing it safely, sometimes it requires doing it at a more, I don't want to say slower, at a more controlled pace than would be expected just looking at it. So in instances, we will have customers saying, well, it's just a line, my neighbors had power, or my neighbor has had internet for 2 days now, why don't I have internet? Yeah. And there are certain intricacies, there are certain challenges.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Hanley, said a new paradigm will take hold within the education sector in order to implement wholesale transformation. While addressing principals and deputy principals at a meeting at the Immaculate Conception Catholic School Auditorium on Thursday, Dr. Hanley said that as a former educator, he was excited to address the meeting as the new Minister of Education. He promised to enhance the learning experience.
I must deliver for you the double deputies in our larger schools starting off. I must deliver the no written prep I thought you was going to be clapping. Oh, that mean I could take it back. Oh, because you don't write prep. Okay, I got you. I got you. I must deliver on the technology that we have spoken so much about, and I must say to you, it is on our priority agenda. I must deliver on the renovation of our bathrooms in our schools and the general renovations of our schools. Of course, I must deliver a new Bastille High School. We will deliver an upgrade to the school meals program. Matter of fact, there are 2 applications of certified chefs that we are going to interview, that we are going to find the finances to put them there.
The Warner Park Cricket Stadium is abuzz with activity as it hosts Cricket Lovely Cricket from August 24 to September 4, 2022. The 60, a new tournament introduced by the Caribbean Premier League, bowled off on Wednesday. The inaugural match on Wednesday was won by the Barbados Royals women's team, who defeated the Trinbago Knight Riders women's team by 28 runs. While Wednesday's action featured all 3 women's teams, the third being the Guyana Amazon Warriors, Thursday featured all 6 men's teams in action. The men's teams are the Barbados Royals, Guyana Amazon Warriors, Jamaica Talawas, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, St. Lucia Kings, and the Trinbago Knight Riders.
First going, that is a brilliant catch. That is truly outstanding from the big, strong, muscular Kenan Lewis.
And finally, in related news, some 1,500 public primary school students and young cricketers across St. Kitts and Nevis are enjoying the live action of the Caribbean Premier League at Warner Park following a donation of tickets by CPL organizers. On Monday, Chris Watson, head of marketing at CPL, presented the tickets to Francil Morris, Chief Education Officer at the Ministry of Education. Valencia Sider, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, witnessed the handover.
We're really delighted to be able to contribute to that development in St Kitts and Nevis, and that's testament to the fantastic support we've had throughout the years of CPL from the government here. So once again, we're really looking forward to welcoming these kids to our games across 9 exciting game days of cricket here in St Kitts and Nevis at Warner Park for both the 60 and CPL, and we're going to be putting on great entertainment for them, face painting, snack boxes and goodie bags for the kids.
That's all for this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review. For more information on these and other stories, visit us at sknis.gov.kn. I'm Ian Richards.